to our divine family. Today's Murli is a very special Murli. The original date and month of the Murli and today's date and month is the same. Only year is different. Exactly 51 years back, Baba spoke this Murli. And yeah, I mean, it's a coincidence, right? In this Murli, Baba says, don't wait for time. You know, be a true effort maker who remain, ever ready. We need to bring the time close by reaching our perfect stage. When we do that, right, eventually the time will come closer. So we must remain ever ready. So we need to practice that. So like I said, it's a short Murli. So let's read this Murli. Let's start reading. Murli date is 28/02/1972. Today's date is 28/02/1972. The title of the Murli is Don't Wait for Time, but Be a True Effort Maker Who Remains Ever Ready. Just as the time for the examination is coming close, are you also having a practical vision or a practical experience of your perfect stage? Just as the number one soul used to experience a perfect stage in a practical way while walking and moving around, in the same way, do you experience your perfect stage to be very close and clear to you? The stages of both the effort maker, Brahma, and the perfect Brahma were very clear. Similarly, do you experience your perfect stage to be just as clear and close? Do you experience yourself to have one stage 1 minute and another stage the next minute? He used to experience his future form right then in the Sakar form. No matter how busy you are in your work, you always need to have your perfect stage in front of you and know that you have now almost reached that stage. When you bring your perfect stage close, so the time will also similarly come close. Will time bring you close or will you bring time close? So we need to bring time close. It is sure that each one of us will become perfect. Either the time will make us perfect or we'll have to bring the time closer by reaching that stage as quickly as possible. What has to happen? Baba is asking. From that side, time will come close, and from this side, you will come close. Both will come together. It can happen at any time, but you always need to keep yourself ready in the effort of coming close to your perfect stage, such that you don't have to wait for time. An effort maker should always remain ever ready. No one should have to wait. You should have made all the preparations. We will bring time close. Not that time will bring us close. This is the intoxication that you should have. The closer you see your perfect stage in front of you, to that extent, souls of the world will continue to have clear vision of your final karmatit stage. You can judge from this whether the time of you becoming an image that grants vision and grants vision to the world is close or not. Time is racing it very fast. You're experiencing the speed of time to be moving fast, are you not? According to that, your perfect stage should also be clear and close. When you see the stage physically, you understand that it is just ahead and you have to go there. In the same way, your perfect stage should also be experienced to be just as easy. It is a matter of just a second. Now, create a plan or a scheme to come close in a second. It doesn't take time to create plans, but once you have that stage, it will not take time. You do understand that revelation is coming close, do you not? The atmosphere and attitudes are changing, and you should understand from this too how the time for revelation is coming close very quickly. Difficult things are becoming easy. Your thoughts are becoming practical. Fearlessness and determination in your thoughts are signs of being close to your perfect stage. Fearlessness and determination in our thoughts are the signs of being close to our perfect stage. Both of these are visible, are they not? Together with that, your thoughts, your result should also be clearly visible. Together with this, the attainment of fruit should also be clearly visible. This is the thought, and this is its result. This is the action, and this is its fruit. Do you experience this? This is known as practical and instant fruit. Acha. Just as the three forms of the Father are well known, in the same way, do you continue to have visions of your own three forms? Just as the Father has the awareness of his three forms, in the same way, while walking and moving around, you should have the awareness of your three forms and that you are Master Trimurti. All three acts should continue simultaneously. It should not be that the time for establishment is separate from the time for the act of destruction. No, you are continuing to create a new creation and at the same time destroying the old. The creation and the destruction is a process that parallelly happening, that which Baba is highlighting here. The more we get to our closer or perfect stage, the destruction will also show its own form, other side. You have to continue to destroy devilish sanskars and weaknesses at some time. You're bringing about new sanskars and finishing old sanskars. You're not able to achieve success because you're not in your perfect form, the form of a Shakti and a destroyer. There is success when you have both these forms together. By remembering these two forms, you will automatically remember your deity form. The awareness of both these forms would be said to be the stage of the final effort. 1 minute, you are in the Brahmin form, and in the next minute, in the Shakti form. Whatever form you need to be in at any time, to be able to adopt that form and to engage yourself in action with that form is the practice you now need to have. Whatever form you need to be in at any time, to be able to adopt that form and to engage yourself in action with that form is the practice you now need to have. You will only be able to practice this when you have the practice of becoming soul conscious in 1 second. You should be able to stabilize your intellect wherever you want. This is the this practice is very essential. You should be able to stabilize your intellect wherever you want. This practice is very essential. Those who have such practice are able to be successful in any task. You can understand that those who have the power to mold themselves are real gold. You're able to bend your physical organs whenever you want, are you not? If you're not able to bend them, it would be considered to be some form of illness. In the same way, you should be able to steer your intellect just as easily. It should not be that the intellect steers you in some other direction. The memorial of such a perfect stage has also been remembered. Day by day, you experience this transformation in yourself, do you not? It is when you watch the sanskars, nature, or weaknesses that you come down. So now, day by day, you have to bring about this transformation. While seeing and knowing someone's nature and sanskars, your intellect's yoga should not be pulled towards that. But instead, you should simply have good wishes for that soul. Hear about it on hear about it on the one hand and finish it on the other. Acha. Om Shanti. Now let's take a minute silence to reflect on these Murlis, the points that which really touched us, and that which we would like to take it for the rest of the day. Om Shanti. Please feel free to unmute and share the points that which really touched you and the points that you would like to take it with you for practice today.
Om Shanti. Baba is wanting us to experience the perfect stage while walking, while moving around in day-to-day activities, not just when we are sitting in a yoga and or not just during the Amrit Vela or Murli or Numasham, but every day and every way, every moment. So this is a takeaway which Baba has given us for me. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Bye. Thanks for sharing. So this is actually the final paper ever ready, right? Need to see, whether we are ready for to take the final paper, right? If I leave my body today, need to check, am I ready for that? Need to learn the art of dying. Okay, so in fact, Baba is teaching us this every day, the art of dying, meaning dying, living and death. Basically, for learning to leave the costume, living in the consciousness of soul.
Yes, the foundation is the soul consciousness stage. More we practice the soul consciousness, the more we are towards and closer to the our perfect form, and the more we'll be ever ready. So Baba has given us the first lesson. Also, we need to again revise and do practice. Om Shanti.
Right, right. Yeah. I think this is a short Murli, but still very deep Murli. And those who can become the practical form of this Murli, I think they will definitely become, part of the Ashtarakna, right? Because the last minute, we all are putting effort to, remember Baba in our last moment, right? And we will get only 1 second for that. And in that 1 second, we should be stabilizing ourselves in remembrance of Baba. That's where the whole game is, right?
Yes,
And that will
and
be achanak. Baba, right? They will not get enough time. Yeah.
yeah,
And
it will be a matter of 1 second. And
right,
Baba says we are, it's kind of a laboratory inside the eyebrows that I'm as a detached observer, I'm observing my thought. And when I create this thought, I am also at the same time, I'm, Trimurti, simultaneously creating the elevated thought. And in case of any distraction, I am destroying that distraction and nurturing this elevated thought which I created, and also observing the result which has come out from that thought. So this practice in this small laboratory, which is very minuscule, very minute, that gives me the practice, uh, which Baba says has to be done while talking, walking, because thoughts are always created. Whatever we do, any act, thought is always there first. So this practice can be practiced. That's what Baba has told us to practice, uh, being in the soul consciousness stage. Then observe how thought is converted into result and what kind of fruit it is based on the quality of the thought.
yeah. Thank you, Paiji. Anyone else?
Adding on to this discussion, Baba today says that ever ready means get yourself with your efforts on an ongoing basis. And in Hindi, Murli, he uses two words, apna intizam karo, intizar na karo. And then in today's Murli, he says that you take your steps forward and time will take its steps forward. So work together to bring this transformation at the earliest. So that's another point to practice, that keep on practicing each part of it, of becoming pure every moment. Then he further says towards the end of the Murli today that real gold is those souls who can mold themselves. And he uses the analogy that for being physically fit, you are to bend yourself. And if you're not able to bend yourself, you're not physically fit. So the point to take here is, how vulnerable am I to situations and circumstances that shows up in my daily life, and practice. And as Ombai just mentioned, this is the laboratory to keep practicing each learnings that we take every day. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Raiban. Yeah, rightly said. Practice is required, and that the practice should be every time, like while walking and moving around. It has to become our natural, way of doing that the practice.
And the intellect plays a very important role here, because intellect is a power of the soul. And the intellect, if it is stabilized wherever the soul wants, then the practice is very essential, where it becomes very natural. So the focus on the intellect, how to keep the intellect clean and clear. That means whatever I read, write, speak, observe, see, and experience has to be the supreme energy. So intellect, बाबा कहते हैं ना हिंदी में, बुद्धि योग परम धाम में लटका रहे. Means the intellect should get stuck in Param Dham.
Right.
Om Shanti.
One of the myths in which we subconsciously live is that yet there is time, or the time has not yet come. So we are yet waiting for some drama to happen before we start to really rev up and get ready to come into that stage of stability and be ever ready. In fact, that is the time we will be looking at running here and there. So what I am getting is that not waiting for the time that the time has yet to come, but actually coming to live this moment. What you mentioned earlier, Bijit Bhai, is what we call Jeete Ji Mar Jana. So that all the attachments that would be there, that would be ruling you or having a control or command over you, is something that you ongoingly keep on dropping and come to that stage where anything that can happen anytime to anyone, and that stability, that state of having that what you call of being ever ready, the focus being only one on the Supreme Father, where the mind will gravitationally keep on getting distracted with things around, situations around, relations around, and coming in again anti-gravitationally, I would say, getting connected, making that effort, taking that purusharth, till the time it becomes a ruling sanskar that would make it easy to practice. That's what I could derive out of this Murli.
Thank you, Ramesh Bhai, for sharing that wonderful, point.
Just
Om
adding one
Shanti,
reflection,
brother.
Vivish Bhaiji, just last paragraph also, if we could, if someone can do some churning, last paragraph of the Murli. last 5 or 6 lines.
Yeah, sure. I think Harpreet then wants to say, who wants to share? After that, we continue.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, actually, for me, when I'm practicing, I just believe that today, the present, the now is also beautiful because God is with you, Baba is with you. Tomorrow will also be beautiful. And when you surrender and stop worrying about when you will move on, when you will do this, all these are actually thoughts that bring you backwards. For me, even the now is perfect. This life that God has given you is perfect. And it is a great opportunity to be in the divine, in Param Dham, every moment of your life now. I don't have to wait for tomorrow. I don't have to worry about when, what will happen. It's now, it's the present. And for me, I find when I surrender to that thought, it makes me calm, it makes me peaceful. I'm always in a blissful state. So I don't know how others perceive it, but for me, I don't think about tomorrow. It's today, it's now. And I don't have to worry about what's going to happen when I die because dying is beautiful. I mean, that's a different phase of my journey. And I enjoy this phase and I'm going to enjoy that phase because I'm in a joyful state, connected forever. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Harpreet.
Om
Om
Shanti.
Shanti, brother. I really like the way the sister put the power of the present. The present is really beautiful. Enjoy it. This present, if you don't enjoy it, it will become your past. Fine. But I remember, just to be very brief, there were 3 people, senior brothers. One was Brother Ken. In the early days, he used to share with me, he had visions, of this destruction and all happening and all. It used to alarm me, it used to frighten me. But he used to say, I don't know why that's coming in my vision. Then very recently in 2017, Karuna Bai used to say, now that's over, Baba won't come anymore. Like, he and Atam Bai. So they always gave us a feeling that time is close, time is close. He used to say, tell everyone to pack up and come. Like a kind of, because we were close to them, they used to say. So I used to say, is time really close? So that's what we have to say. Time will bring us, will not bring us close, but we will bring time to close. So that's one thing has always been there. Yes, I should be of my present, but I should also know my future form. I should do some rehearsal for it now. I can enjoy the present now, but I have to prepare. So just these 4 things which Baba said in the other Murli: bodiless whilst in body, avyakt whilst in vyakt, angel whilst walking and moving around, and karmatit while performing karma. I think these 4 steps of the perfect Brahma, which was given, if in short, I just try to practice it every day, then I know I shall bring time close and it will be a beautiful, lovely transition. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. I share one thing.
Thank you, Kechavan. Yeah, go ahead.
Soul conscious stage is very essential for the current moment. I think that every day we need to check how many hours we practice soul conscious stage and stabilize your intellect. I need to check every day how I spend in a practical form.
Right,
Thank you.
right. Yeah. So it's we also need to check like how easily we are able to do that. Am I able to do it in 1 second? Am I able to stabilize my intellect in 1 second wherever I want? Just like Baba mentioned that our physical organs we can put wherever we want, right? We can bend it and do. We can bend unless it is illness, right? We'll not be able to do it. But here, Baba is in that way, our intellect, we should be able to stabilize it wherever we want in a second. because this whole game is all about 1 second. So anyone else would like to add?
I have a question, brother.
Yeah.
The question is, Baba speaks about 3 forms. Can you elaborate what 3 forms is Baba mentioning here?
3 forms, I think it's the Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar. The creation, sustenance, and the destruction. If I'm not correct, please someone can correct me.
That's right, Bhaiji. Because when the soul is doing an effort to be in the soul consciousness stage, then there are 3 things. The soul, the intellect is so clean and clear, so refined that it automatically gets situated in the soul conscious stage without any distraction. But if the soul has not done enough practice, then there would be some thoughts of body consciousness which will be distracting the soul with the, as Ramesh Bhai put it, that gravitational force which will bring the soul down. So that the power to destroy that force, to overcome that that gravitational force, is what is the that Shankar, that Ashariri Avastha, incorporeal stage, that power of to be in incorporeal stage. And then sustenance. Once we have overcome, the soul has overcome this gravitational force, then it gets located in the sphere, where the orbit, where it is naturally, in that stage, like a satellite which has overcome the gravity, and now it is natural stage, it is orbiting in that soul consciousness stage, and that is called sustenance. So these 3 forms, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar, they happen simultaneously. And once we are stabilized in that orbit, like a satellite, then this Shankar doesn't play their role. Then it is always sustenance. Then Shankar's role is required when we are subjected to some kind of gravity, and once we have overcome that gravity, we are stable. So there, Vishnu role continues. I think, in my view, Om Shanti.
Another perspective I have is that even destruction is a creation. Here, the role that we are talking about, uh, where the sustain and the destruction is also inside of the sustenance. If we connect it to the mythology, and when the example is given where Krishna is guiding Arjun for the yudh, and he's having a question that, oh, how do I kill my own brothers? So he's saying that you're not killing your brothers, you're killing the evil that is there. So it's a dharma yudh. So that dharma yudh is also the destruction of the vices, which in itself is a creation. And if we connect it to our day-to-day lives, that how easily uh, we get into the practice of, we don't even get into practice, how easily we get carried away by things that happen around us. And as time is passing by, what I have learned from from the sisters is that more and more souls will have their karmic accounts that will be needed to be settled, and they will not find bodies. So in one body, you will find multiple souls, the sanskars. That is where now we connect it to uh, scientifically what is already declared as bipolar or duality, or having mixed kind of emotions or outlook. One person behaves in one particular manner in one situation with one set of people, and the same person behaves in a different situation in a different way. So manipulation going on. And what you pointed out, by that, towards the end, in the last 5 6 sentences, that while seeing and knowing someone's nature and sanskars, we know that it's going to get further depleted. And this is the time when we need to go in the reverse direction, is to go towards elevation, to have more understanding, to have more compassion, to have more forgiveness, to send more vibrations, because
Yes.
it is going to go deeper and deeper. And that, when it is written, your intellect's yoga should not be pulled towards that you should not be succumbed into it, you should not be pulled into it, but instead you should simply have good wishes, shubh bhavna, shubh kamna. Even if you are suffering, it's the role, it's the karmic account that would be there, and you play the role. And that's what our role is in the present moment. And that also would be a part of maintaining stability. Uh, Lastly, as it says, that hear about it on one hand and finish it on the other. So not let it impact your intellect. Let it not impact your sanskar. Let it not color you. But it's as pure as white, like the white that we wear, and the purity, the aura that we are all practicing to reach to. I guess that would be the practice of the moment.
Yes, Vivish Bhaiji, yes. Just adding to this one reflection, that what Baba has given us a practice is really going to help in realizing this objective, that while seeing and knowing someone's nature and sanskars, intellect is not getting pulled towards that low energy, but intellect is always at the supreme energy. Practice is that experiencing the Brahmin form and the deity form at the same time in this moment. So what is common between both the forms is the white circle, which you just mentioned. So I just want adding that key, that white circle is there in the Brahmin form, and the alankars, Shankh, Chakra, Gada, and Padam, that four decorations are there for the Brahmin, and the deity also has been shown, this white circle and the alankars. So if we, this common ground, if we practice, always check, and that is my white circle there, that because the white circle will attract the intellect towards it. So the intellect has to have some place where it gets engaged, and this white circle is a beautiful practice where intellect gets engaged. And when I look at some soul which has got different sanskars, low energy sanskars, then intellect will not get attracted there. Intellect has got some place where it's busy. Om Shanti.
Thank you. Thank you, Bhaiji. um, this ever ready is also mean, right? Like we can do a great churning here also by asking ourselves, what does Baba really mean by ever ready? In which all aspects I have to become ever ready, right? Like, am I ready? So Baba often we have seen, right, during Baba Milan, Baba often ask people to raise their hands when Baba ask everybody raise their hand. Baba will also say, if the destruction is now, are you ready? No, can Baba give order now? Baba asked us, and everybody raise their hands. But I think, see, ever ready means we also have to come to our perfect stage where all the 16 celestial decrees, everything should meet. We should be ready to go and rule the new kingdom. So a lot of, I mean, it's the perfect stage. And other time Baba used these three words, achanak, ever ready, and both kal. Sudden, everything will happen suddenly, and we have to be ever ready. And in order to get to that stage, I think we need long practice. Both kal is long practice. With that practice only, we will be able to get to that stage. And this is a journey. Yeah, we are getting closer and closer. But like Baba said today, either time will make us perfect, or we'll have to bring time close to our perfect
Ever
state.
ready also would be looking at Vijit Bhai, that if that any second, that what we've been also speaking about today is about that 1 second, and that 1 second comes, and from inside the voice comes chalo. That is ever ready in one of the perspectives that I would see. And what will have one jitter to be ever ready would be attachments
Right.
coming from, yeah. So anywhere where you're not ever ready, if someone say, okay, are you coming now? And the moment it comes, okay, means there is something yet which you have to yet finish in the
Right.
world of attachments.
Right, because this also Baba mentioned, right, in the other Murlis, like even if we have any slightest trace of any bad sanskar in the five vices, because paper will come from this five vices, natural calamities, and our bad sanskar. If we have even in slightest attachment to any of this, or if we have not fully transformed our sanskar, then all these things, all these bad sanskar will take its highest form in order to bring us down, right? And that's where
Yes,
we will that's where we may fail, and it's not just failing. I mean, the worst part is it will repeat in every cycle. So the destination is very high, the aim is very high here.
Om Shanti. I need one question. We have a lot of responsibility because we have in current time is last time. So we need to charge self and charge entire world. So what kind of practice we need in this situation in the last time? If anyone
Nashto
answers.
moha smriti lepta.
What Vivish Bhai said, na, that he, when somebody in Lokik also somebody, a friend asks, okay, let's go together, let's go. So that time, if we have some kind of engagement with something, we'll say, no, I can't go. I can't come with you. I've got some engagement. So if we apply the same example here, soul, because it's playing role in various roles, with various bodily relations and all. So the soul, the intellect is getting engaged with all this. So what instantly I need to practice is, in an instant, can I detach from all this and come closer to Baba in an instant, in a second? That practice, if we do, in my perspective, this will help a lot to be ever ready in a second. Om Shanti.
another way to look at it, what you said, no, sister, that we have a lot of responsibilities, and then how to do that, how to reach that stage. So one of the ways to look at it is have faith and surrender, that you know that you have responsibilities, but the Supreme Father knows even higher than that. And you surrendering that your responsibility is to maintain your state and to do the best in the purest manner at all times. The rest is going to be the other people's destiny. So not really attaching yourself to that, oh, It is my responsibility. How? Yeah, responsibility is there. But if you're gone in 1 second, then everything just comes to a full stop. So rather than maybe getting worried about that, what would make sense is to make yourself capable and uh, people around you capable, so that everything is taken care of, and that coming more out of commitment rather than attachment, if that can answer your question in some way.
I would just like to add here practically, when you meditate every day, if you practice not only your own soul getting elevated, but that energy spreading across multiple souls and they're all getting energized together, you're doing the Mansa Seva along on a daily basis. That's what I try and practice every day. Om Shanti.
Yes, sister, I was also just thinking about this aspect also, only that when we in a family, for example, because Baba says charity begins at home. So first, focus on the family, the immediate relationships, where you the relation with that soul is at the soul level. First, if we visualize that, it's not the bodily relations, but look at the in between the eyebrow, see that energy, that soul, and we are related to that energy. But can I charge? How I, the soul, can charge that soul, the energy, is by receiving from God, by receiving from the supreme powerhouse. So the focus is on the yoga. I get connected to supreme powerhouse, get that attainment of that energy, experience it, and then reflect, as sister put it, reflect it to that soul, which is, most of the time that soul is around me. So remember, I radiate that energy and then make them contented. And then this relationship will be really very pure between me, myself, and the family members. And then it goes beyond family and goes to the office, workplace, and all. So this
Yeah,
practice, if
absolutely
we
right.
do, then
And yeah, this is really, and it works, huh? Because I've done this. This part, I'm very convinced it really works. It
and you
changes.
get detached. Most
Yeah, you are
importantly, you get
so
detached
detached,
from the
and
immediate relation.
yeah, and you see everybody in that pure light. So there's just there's no getting upset. There's no getting attached. There's no getting detached. Also, you're just there. I mean, everybody's beautiful. Every energy is loving, and when you see them in that perspective, it's such a beautiful journey. you know it's really really nice, and I think
And
the
yeah,
more you do this practice, the more you become better at it, and you are already in that ever ready stage. At least I feel I've improved a lot from what I
yes, and
was
just
to what
adding
I'm
on
now.
that
Yeah,
responsibilities, the Lokic
yeah,
responsibilities will also get fulfilled in a much more efficient, perfect manner,
easy way, easy.
easy way, naturally.
you know?
There will be
Yeah,
miracles. If I
yeah.
mean, if we to put it in simply, there will be miracles you will not believe what kind of great results it gives.
And even if there are little bit disturbances, you enjoy those disturbances. It's fun. It's fun and games which the Almighty is playing with you.
Yeah,
And
it's like a
it's
game. Yeah,
it's like, yeah, it's just that you just surrender and you just enjoy every moment. And that's the thing of the now. It's just so beautiful. So I don't know. For
and
me, it's very clear. I don't worry about tomorrow. I only talk about now.
so the
That's my
discussion, what is
practice.
happening,
Yeah.
sister, is
Yeah.
actually
Hmm.
also hinting at the last 5 lines. This is the solution. That
Yeah.
the last 5 lines is saying that ki any soul, it could be in the family also, which has got different sanskars, but those sanskars will not distract you. That they will not pull your intellect towards them, because your intellect is now combined with the supreme powerhouse. It's connected there, and you are
Yes.
receiving. You are receiving and giving. You are receiving and giving. The more you give, the more you are making them content, and the more that divine energy is there in the family, and then they will experience that divinity from you, and they will be so happy. they will even express it to you, but it requires practice, constant practice.
Wonderful, wonderful Churning. Thank you. Now I think with the interest of time, let's move on to meditation.
Yes, brother.
Yeah, let's sit back and reflect on these points that Baba said. Let's practice to stabilize our intellect according to our wish. Let me check. Am I able to stabilize my intellect wherever I want? Baba told me this practice is very essential now. Am I able to do this to the extent that Baba wants me to do? And this is the only practice will bring me success. I have the power to mold myself, whichever form I want. Just like I can bend my physical organs wherever I want, as long as I want. In the same way, I'm able to steer my intellect to one direction. To that constant awareness that I'm a soul, son of Supreme Soul. I'm going to live with this awareness for the rest of my days. With that practice, me doing it day by day, I'm able to bring transformation within me, in my nature, in my sanskars. Now I visualize my perfect stage. It's coming clear and close in the screen of my mind, intellect. An image that grants visions. An image that reveal God, the Supreme. Om Shanti. Thank you, Divine Family.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Pajit Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Till that time, have a lovely day.